By Sammy's Chicken, 5 locations to choose from. By First Choice Appraisals and Sales. By Geneva Brass Seafood, located at Eden Street off Farndon Road. Participate in our show today. You can call us at telephone numbers 326-0271, 326-0271, 326-0272, 326-0272. Or you can WhatsApp us at 552-7902, 552-7902. We're also streaming live on the internet at global www.globalradio995fm.com. That's www.globalradio995fm.com. You can also watch us live on Facebook. Just type in your search engine, Global Radio 995. Like us on Facebook and follow us. Send us your comments. And send us some hearts. Send us some love. Let us know that you're watching us and what you think. And I want to say good afternoon to our producer and engineer, Nathan. To my co-host, Martin Albury. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, and good afternoon to our listeners out there. Yes, the season is full of mist and mellow fruitfulness. And when I saw those poinciana in bloom today, I said, praise the Lord, it's good to be in the Bahamas.
It's a beautiful day.
Good afternoon.
Yes, wonderful. And then we walked past a large almond tree. I remember when I was a young boy, man, there was a road, there was a yard across the road from where I live. It had several varieties of almond on it. There was one particular tree right in the front. I mean, if you see the size of those almonds that used to produce, man.
And the people are picking cocoa plums. And one man told me that he loved cocoa plums for his crabs.
Yeah.
And he gives the crabs cocoa plums and lots of cocoa nuts. And when those crabs are finished with all those cocoa plums and those cocoa nuts, they are the fattest crabs you've ever seen on Father's Day. But on Straight Talk today, this is Monday, June 26, 2017. I looked at the headlines today. 3 newspapers I saw. Today's Tribune, the Nassau Guardian, and I also saw the Punch newspaper. And all 3 of the papers, headlines about Bahama sale and SARKA's isn't. SARKA's halt the Bahama sale. Call to stop sale of Bahama. As Merlion says, he remains ready to repurchase the project. The former developer, Torium, on Chow Tai Fook Enterprises purchase. And stop Bahama sale and let me buy the resort, says SARKA's. Because plenty of side deals are still to be unsealed. But ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, Straight Talk saw this latest move by SARKA's Merlion months before the May 10th general election. Because after investing millions of dollars of his family's fortunes in Bahama, along with China Export-Import Bank and China Construction America, having the projects opening delayed on at least 3 occasions, closing down the project for at least 2 years, sending some 2,400 million employees on the unemployment line, failing to get the property under voluntary liquidation, and being pushed aside by the Chinese bank for a new owner. SARKA's Merlion is now pushing back. And someone who is close to the Bahama deal told me on Straight Talk several months ago that it would not be a big surprise to see Mr. Ismailian trying to get back around the negotiating table for Bahama ownership, because that project is Sarkis's brainchild. Yes, he is the dreamer. He had the vision for the project. And as far as I'm concerned, only Sarkis Ismailian can understand the real meaning of Bahama. He knows what Bahama is. He knows where he wants to take Bahama, and Bahama can be for the people of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Sarkis knows. We were told that it would be foolish of Mr. Ismailian not to pursue his interest in Bahama. And so, headlines in the newspaper today revealing Sarkis halt the Bahama sale. Call to stop sale on Bahama, and stop Bahama sale and let me buy the resort. Straight Talk knew that Sarkis has not taken a back seat for very long. He wasn't gone for good. He was waiting in the wings, yes, and he was hoping and praying that the Right Honorable Perry Gladstone Christie and the Progressive Liberal Party lost the general election. And yes, his prayers were answered in a huge way. Dr. Hubert Minnis and the Free National Movement decimated Mr. Christie and the PLP, giving Mr. what he believes is a chance to get in on Bahama. And so, it was yesterday, Mr. Sarkis urged the Minnis administration to impose a moratorium on the completion of Bahama sale, and that he was still considering taking legal action against the Christie administration's state-sponsored discrimination. His words. He called it state-sponsored discrimination. And through his company, B Holdings, Mr. Ismailian feels that he was tossed under the bus, the Chinese bus, by the former Christie administration. And now, as the original developer of Bahama, Mr. Sarkis has now launched a scathing attack terms for the $4.2 billion project's construction completion, describing the terms of the multi-million-dollar tax incentives granted to the Chinese one-sided and a wholesale giveaway that the Bahamas cannot afford, given a precarious fiscal position. Mr. Sarkis is now demanding that this new government reopen the investigation into the casino license, which was granted to Bahamas' potential new owner, Enterprises, and publicly disclose the gaming board's assessment of its suitability. Ismailian is making two key requests of the Minnis administration. One, place a moratorium on the completion of any sale of Bahama and other transactions under these agreements. And two, reopen the casino license investigation and report the findings of the gaming board, given the extensive about the associations of Chow Tai Fook's owners, a record that appears to have been intentionally and conveniently ignored previous administration. I'll say that again. These are the words of Mr. Sarkis Ismailian. He says, it is a record, quote, that have been intentionally and conveniently ignored under the previous administration, full stop, end quote. By Mr. Ismailian could place the Hubert Alexander Minnis administration in a potentially dangerous position. One, because of opposition claims, there is a perception, and it is among the opposition and among others, that Sarkis Ismailian behind the scenes role in the newly elected Minnis administration's election victory. Well, I'm going to ask you the question. What will a moratorium on completing Bahama sale from China Export-Import Bank's Perfect Luck special purpose vehicle to Chow Tai Fook Enterprises do to the Bahama project? Place Bahama in a cold storage once again? Especially at a time when people are looking for jobs. They tell me 1,600 people now have a job at Bahama. And at a time when the potential output at Bahama remains in a short-term cycle. But in any event, it appears as if Mr. Ismailian is making a last-ditch attempt to reinsert himself into the Bahama process. Of the terms between the government and Bahama China Export-Import Bank have been unsealed by the Supreme Court. The Attorney General, the Honorable Carl Bethel, is now telling us that there are still some documents that will remain sealed. And these documents include the sale agreement between Fook and Perfect Luck, the special purpose vehicle set up by the China Export-Import Bank, and the Hotels Encouragement Act agreement between the fund and the bank, China Export-Import Bank. You will know whether the devil is in those details later on. But right now, documents have been sealed, but those that have been unsealed, where we saw 1,200 Chinese to come in to complete Bahama, millions of dollars in concessions and tax breaks for the developers, for China Construction America, the Chinese Export-Import Bank, Bahama. And the Attorney General, as he said, sees nothing untoward, nothing out of the ordinary involving those contracts or those agreements for concessions and for labor to come in and complete the project. But yes, as the Chinese and the Eskimos once said, and this is how Mr. Ismailian is feeling today. Unless you walk in my moccasins, you never know, feel. If you walk in in my shoes, then you'll know whether they are comfortable. You'll know whether they're too big, whether they are tight and too small, and you'll also know if they fit just right. If I put my feet in Mr. Sarkis Ismailian shoes, that I already spent millions of dollars of my family's money in this project. This is my dream. And I almost say something. Guess what? I'll not let it go. Not be deterred in my efforts, relentlessly fighting tooth and nail to get the table. But who is going to let you in? Who? That second chance. Some people in China are saying you've lost your opportunity. You've lost your final chance. Right. Mr. Sarkis Ismailian is calling on Prime Minister Honorable Hubert Alexander Minnis and the newly elected FNM administration him a chance. Speak to whomever you have to talk to. Not on my behalf, but on behalf of those people who I know are waiting for me to get back around the table. Mr. Sarkis is the former developer of Bahama. As I said, it's his dream. Bahama is his vision. He's already expended hundreds of millions of dollars into the project. He tried to get the project completed, but China Construction America on more than 3 occasions told him that it wasn't ready to open. Mr. Ismailian complained to the powers that be at the Ministry of Public Works and other entities about the lopshod, terrible construction work that was being carried out. He was not allowed to have his personal project manager on the scene. It wasn't a part of the agreement. But it was information day in and day out that some things were not going right at Bahama. But no one, it seemed, no one was Sarkis. And then they closed the place down. 2,400 Bahamians. They called them Bahama Nation. 200 went home. Bahama was shut down. Nothing. And then Ismailian went to Delaware, tried to get a judge to voluntary liquidation of Bahama. But in came officials of the government of the Bahamas, and the court agreed with them that this, my friend, Sark, what you are dealing with is a matter that should be dealt with in the courts of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas because it had sovereign implications in the Bahamas. Therefore, we have denied your requests for voluntary liquidation of Bahama in the court of Delaware, notwithstanding the companies involved with Bahama and its construction were in the United States of America. The matter was denied in Delaware. and it was for the courts of the Bahamas, where it was declared that it shall be placed in the hands of receivers. And for almost 2.5 years, Mr. Ismailian couldn't get a hearing on Bahama. The government of the Bahamas, through its special advisor, Subaltern Bethel, team of negotiators led by then Attorney General Allison Maynard Gibson and then Minister of Education, Mr. Jerome Fitzgerald, they flew into Beijing. They went into Hong Kong. They went into Japan. They went into Singapore. On several occasions, the Minister of Transport, the Minister of Tourism, not Transport, the Honorable Obadiah Hercules Wilscombe, allowed to attend some of those meetings because Mr. Wilscombe, in all of his wisdom, saw something going on that he did not agree with. We're going to tell you more about Bahama and what Sarkis Ismailian is asking for.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you just joined us, this is Straight Talk. And our numbers to call today, 326-0271, 326-0271, 326-0272, 326-0272. We hear from our sponsors.
For fast and efficient appraisals of homes, vacant land, and businesses, your choice should be First Choice Appraisal and Real Estate Sales. Contact broker appraiser Gregory Colley for all your real estate sales and appraisals. Call 422-3010, 565-8896, or 341-0582 for listings of vacant land, residential and commercial properties, and all your appraisal needs.
LRD Construction has a proven track record as a general building and construction company. Its remarkable team is ready to provide quality and proficient service on projects big or small. LRD Construction can handle large commercial sites, new homes, apartments, condominiums, townhouses, home improvements, renovations, additions, and alterations. Call LRD Construction at 327-3769 or 433-6166. West Winds, Love Beach. That's LRD Construction. The best tasting roasted peanuts in the whole wide world are Nature's Gifts Roasted Peanuts. Proprietor Derek Sims applies his personal touch by roasting peanuts to perfection. Get your peanuts in light, medium, and dark. Call 431-7710 to place your order. Nature's Gifts Roasted Peanuts on Market Street and Bacardi Road.
Peanut!
Read all about it. Sammy's Chicken, $5.99 special.
Sammy's Chicken does it again. For a limited time only, it's the $5.99 Thigh Snack Special.
I tell you.
Sammy's $5.99 Thigh Snack Special comes with a 12 not included.
See, I don't lie.
For a limited time only, Sammy's Chicken, Robinson Road, Carmichael Road, East Street South, Farrington Road, and the newly reopened Prince Charles location. Sammy's Chicken.
Want to reach your target audience? Advertise here at Global Radio 99.5. We hit the mark every time. This is Straight Talk with Gregory Colley. Call in and participate at 326-0271 on Global Radio 99.5 FM.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Straight Talk, and we are talking in this first segment about Bahama, the request by Mr. Ismarillion, Sakis Ismarillion, that's dominated the headlines today. He is calling for the government to halt the sale and allow him to purchase the property. Our question is to you today. Do you think this will be a good idea for the Bahamian government, the Bahamas government, to halt the negotiations, halt the sale, in an effort to get Ismarillion back on board as the owner of that property? Tell us what you think. But before we go to the phone lines, I want to read a press statement issued by PLP Chairman, National Chairman Bradley B. Roberts, who's been issued. It said 25th of June 2017. And it reads as follows. Not a peep from Prime Minister Minis Diago nor Sakis Ismarillion, says Attorney General Bettel, all clear. Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis knew at the time he tabled heads of terms on the completion, sale, and opening of Bahama, unsealed by the Bahamas Supreme Court, that there was absolutely nothing unusual, wrong, or illegal with the agreement, but cowardly remained silent on this important matter that dominated the message of the FNM election campaign. Told the world that the PLP was selling 500 Bahamian citizens ships, selling tens of thousands of acres of land in Andros, and selling out the country to the Chinese in some secret deal, yet not a peep from Prime Minister Dr. Minnis went as far as to say that the Christie administration illegally gave away Bahamian assets and the Bahamian patrimony with no evidence to support these false and deceitful claims. His reckless and dangerous claims that were all bold-faced lies hurt the international reputation of the Bahamas and intentionally deceived thousands of Bahamians. Instead of admitting his gross error and offer a contrite apology, he directed Attorney General Carl Bettel to make the declaration. His reasons and motivations for doing this raises justifiable suspicions. From the 29th of June 2016, Bahama Chapter 11 bankruptcy filing, Dr. Hubert Minnis and FNM threw their full support behind developer Sakis Ismarillion and his then fellow Bahama board director and the demonstrably outspoken surrogate and willing mouthpiece, Dionisio Diagla, who is now Minister of Tourism. They accused the Christie government of interfering with the Delaware bankruptcy filing, and Dr. Minnis specifically accused the Christie government for under-the-table secret deal, wrongdoing, and malfeasance. The Free National Movement is shocked and dismayed that the Christie-led government has requested that the under-the-table secret deal that the government made with the Chinese be sealed by the courts of the Bahamas. The government must be aware that the agreement that they signed was signed by them on behalf of the Bahamian people, and so the government has a duty to make the agreement public. Only dictatorial and corrupt governments do the people's business in the dark of night and hope that they never see the light of day. But we wish to put both the government and the Chinese on notice that we will put the sunlight on the agreement and cancel any part that is not in the interest of the Bahamian people. Humans have seen secret such as this done before by this government, so it should be to the Bahamian people that less than 24 hours after the Prime Minister struck his secret deal with the Chinese on Bahama, they have now been forced to admit to sealing the documents relating to their secret deal. Christie-led government, PLP government, has proven itself to be one of the most corrupt government in our history. And they are at it again, shielding the details of the deals they struck with the Chinese from the Bahamian people. The Prime Minister calls on Bahamians to trust him. Best deal yet. What has he done to earn that trust? Hiding the details of his secret deal by sealing it through the courts does not earn trust. Time after time, they have failed us, so Bahamians demand to know what did these secret meetings cost the Bahamian people. I hasten to point out firstly that the details of the head of agreements were revealed by the former Prime Minister at the press conference at Bahama in the House of Assembly, and at various times, still Minnis and the FNM continued with their barrage of lies and distortions. Now that the heads of terms public domain, what will Minnis say now? He has lost his arrogant bombast, and I dare say his voice. I go further. The FNM's position on Bahama was clearly outlined in its 2017 manifesto. all of the following. The FNM promised that if it ever became the government, it will engage and execute a real sale of Bahama Resort to a qualified and respectable purchaser who believes in Bahamians, a purchaser who will utilize only Bahamian labor to complete the resort, is back to work with real jobs. The shocking allegations and over-the-top statements by former Bahama Director Sakis, surrogate and willing mouthpiece Dionisio de Aguilar are all in the public domain. We said that CFE is unfit to own and operate Bahama because the organization has connections to the mob and organized crime. The PLP is obliged, asks why the press has not sought comments from Dr. Minis, de Aguilar, or Ismailian since the candid disclosure of AG Carl Bell that the substantive deal will remain sealed for the time being because of the market sensitivity. The FNM boasts of openness, transparency, and accountability. Therefore, the PLP dutifully demands Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis to come clean and disclose the terms of the full details of the deal between the FNM and Sakis Ismailian. Did the FNM receive financial contributions from Ismailian? What was promised to Sakis in return for his support? Strangely, eerie silent on the status of the sale of the 3-hotel complex, inclusive of a new casino operating in Freeport, Grand Bahama. With all the hurting and suffering going on in Grand Bahama, conventional wisdom dictates that the expeditious completion of this agreement and getting these hotels open and operations should be a top priority for the Minnis government. But alas, their silence is deafening. That sales agreement is in the final stages of negotiations with the Canadian Investment Group headed by Steve Wynn, where an agreement has been signed and a deposit made. Is Minnis seeking to dishonestly shaft the Wynn Group and underhanded and devious manner, double-cross the Wynn Investment Group and steer that Freeport Hotel deal into the waiting arms of their master Sakis Ismailian as an election payback? Dr. Minnis must come clean and disabuse the general public of this view. What with the FNM government being accountable, transparent, and open government that is about to table an anti-corruption legislation in the Parliament. Man, Minnis should be snappy and jump at his opportunity to clear the proverbial air. Certainly, Minnis can't have the PLP calling his government corrupt. So chop, hop to it, Minnis. There you have it, the press release from the Progressive Liberal Party. And we see that Mr. Roberts is insinuating that the Minnis administration cut a deal with Ismailian for the hotels that are in Freeport.
Well, what does Mr. Roberts know? That these things are speculative? Are they true? Tell us what he knows. But he's trying to get the Prime Minister to talk.
Yes.
So he's throwing out, and Dr. Minnis, you heard what Mr. Roberts had to say. On the hook. And that's about all I'm prepared to say for the time being.
Phone lines are open. We have a caller on the line. Yes, let's go to the phone lines. Welcome straight to. Good afternoon, caller.
Thanks for holding. Are you still there?
Yeah. Hello. Well, apparently we lost that call. I apologize. If you call us back, we will take your call. We'll come straight to you. But I want to say that our phone lines are indeed open, and all of our lines are open. 326-0271, 326-0271, 326-0272, 326-0272, or call text us or WhatsApp us at 552-7902, 552-7902. And the question we ask is, should the government consider postponing, renegotiating the sale of Bahama in light of what, well, of course, we read that release that was released by the Progressive Liberal Party yesterday. And Mr. Roberts say he has not heard anything from Sarkis. Sarkis is on the 3 newspapers, so that debunks
top of the headline.
So that debunks what
At the top.
Mr. Roberts had to say regarding it. We have a response from Mr. Ismarillion asking and calling for the halt or the canceling of that sale, and so that he can be considered to purchase. And he has called the sale an unusually one-sided concession, accusing the PLP administration, the Christie administration, of self-dealing and state-sponsored discrimination. Obviously, referring to the number of concessions, additional concessions given to the name you like to call?
Chow Tai Fook Enterprises.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. The unusual concessions, additional concessions. As you know, the company will be exempted from the payment of VAT.
Yes.
For how long?
However long it takes. So for the
is it about 10 years?
For the buildings to be completed, the project to open, and to have concessions going into, I think, the first 5 years of operation.
In addition to that, they have been given $7 million or so for promotion.
Well, it's $9 million.
$9 million. Okay, thank you very much.
Assist with the promotions of the project or the company. Atlantis is saying that they are being given $4 to assist with promoting that project.
So 4 minus 7.
They want to know how they came about giving $9 million to Bahama, and to explain what that money will be for. As far as Atlantis was concerned, if you're giving them the favored nation status, then why are you giving Bahama more than $4 million?
But that raises a number of questions, because the current Attorney General said there's nothing unusual in the document.
Yes.
Now, Atlantis is saying we got $4 million. The document reveals that $9 million was given.
The $9 million is in the budget of 2017, 2018 for Bahama.
So why are you making $9 million?
That is what
available?
the Attorney General should be explaining to us if he's saying
there's
that
nothing unusual.
There's nothing unusual.
So obviously there's some contradiction.
Atlantis is waiting to be explained.
Mm-hmm.
But to get back to Mr. Ismarillion's statement, it also prompts recollection, as Mr. Bradley Roberts pointed out. And this, then leader of the Free National Movement, pre-election social media posting where he said an FNM government would seek a purchaser for Bahama if no sale had been closed by the time it took office. This is despite the fact that Bahama...
Now, just say that again.
Hold on. Let me finish.
But I want you to read that again, because
I will put more emphasis on it when I read it the next time.
Yeah.
But that Bahama is the China Export-Import Bank's, not the government's asset to sell. But Mr. Ismarillion's statement also prompt recollections the Hubert Minnis's pre-election social media posting where he said, Dr. Minnis said, an FNM would seek a purchaser for Bahama if no sale had been closed by the time it took office. Are you with me?
So, has it completed?
The sale is still sealed in the deal in the Supreme Court. We don't know who is the new owner of Bahama.
No,
We don't know.
but
But we do know that Chow Tai Fook Enterprises has been dealing and has some agreements that are sealed with Perfect Luck. And Perfect Luck is the special purpose vehicle of China Port Bank and China Construction America Bahamas Limited, because China Construction America Bahamas Limited and China Export Import Bank, in my view, they are one and the same. Chinese operatives. That's the bottom line.
3260271. 3260271. 3260272. 3260272. Or you can WhatsApp or WhatsApp 552-7902. 552-7902. I have a text message here that says, we don't care what Robert, Stavel, or Mitchell think. They had 5 years to get Freeport and to bring hope to the people of Grand Bahama. They are shameful. They are shameful. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds like some information coming out of the Senate today. But be that as it may, I knew when I saw these headlines in the newspapers today, I knew that Prime Minister Hubert Minnis' name was going to be called. I knew that the now Minister of Tourism, Dionisio de Aguilar's name was going to be called, and that they were going to be saying something. And I also knew that the chairman of the Progressive Liberal Party, Mr. Bradley Roberts, who I told you is a free man, but he's never. Mr. Roberts has a pen that's full of black ink. And every chance that he gets, he will be writing and telling you what somebody said maybe 5, 10, 15 years ago. And then he got a pension, which you said last week, which you said 2 weeks ago, which you said a month ago. And he bringing it back. Things to say about Mr. Dionisio de Aguilar also, who is the Minister of Tourism. And as I said, statement from some recollections of what Dr. Minnis said before the election on social media about Bahama purchasing. And there were some things that was said by Mr. de Aguilar, now the Minister of Tourism, who had some things to say about the gaming board issuing the license for gambling to Bahama. We can tell you more about this.
Yeah,
Yes.
Let's take the phone line. Welcome to Straight Talk. Good afternoon, caller.
Bishop, good afternoon, Mr. Martin. Good afternoon, Nathan Roll, and good afternoon
to
all
you.
listening.
Yes, ma'am.
Boy, listen here. I only call and I smile. First, give me a second to just let my people know at Queen's College that I respect and love them.
I don't want you to take me off course today.
No, I only say that up front. I asked you. I'm gonna.
But listen to me very carefully.
Yes, sir.
Should the Minnis administration place a moratorium on the sale of Bahama? Should the Minnis administration reopen into the casino license at Bahama? That's what I want to talk to you about today. Let's talk.
Yes, sir, but I only wanted to show the respect and love.
Okay,
go ahead.
I said it on this area, okay?
Yes,
I will answer you. I will answer you.
All right. We have another call on the line, so please be brief for us.
I will show you.
Yes.
See, let me tell you something. Did you watch Dr. Minnis in the House of Assembly when he gave his speech?
Okay. All right.
Did you?
Yes.
Carry on.
Go ahead.
Okay. Dr. Minnis is a man of great integrity. because see, he knew some things. And when the former, I have to say, the Right Honorable Hubert Alexander endorsed him, it's God advised that. Because on the floor, Dr. Hubert Minnis, the Honorable Prime Minister, he told him, he said, y'all might tell me I can't speak and whatever else, but I can tell you one thing, I ain't going down with y'all.
I heard him say
did
that.
Y'all recall that?
I heard him say that.
Pardon?
I did hear him say that.
Okay. This is an easy matter because the Honorable former Attorney General, Madam Alison Maynard, she is in a crux. The first time when she was in a crux, she went and who she called? She called the Right Honorable Hubert Alexander.
Hold on. What did you say she is? Because my hearing is not good. You say she's a crook?
No, I said she was in a crux.
Okay.
She was in a,
all right, thank you
very
very much.
precarious, she was in a funny position.
Yeah. All right, I just want to.
The first time when they tried to do her in, she had to run and call. It's on docket. It's endorsed in the House in the Supreme Court with I think it was her and Bridgewater and all that extortion thing over in Grand Bahama. She called on the Right Honorable Hubert Alexander Ingram. Let me put it straight again. So now with this is easy to resolve because Deacon Ismerlian is the father of what's his name? The young Ismerlian.
Yes, Sarkis, yes.
Sarkis.
Mm-hmm.
Deacon lives in London. He has power galore. He has power with all the 5 nations in the National Security Council. That man has power. Mm-hmm. So that is one of the reasons why I said this thing was investigated and this is hooked up in Cuba. Okay?
Yeah.
This is linked in Cuba. Yes, sir. So therefore, this has to be properly investigated in that unit. I mean, it won't be no prosecutions whatsoever. However, Madam Attorney General, she has to get her monies, and Sarkis Merlin has to get her monies because when I told you what perfect luck means, is China XM Bank has hands down on everything, and when the Prime Minister Christie to China, they don't like to admit this. Some of the entourage told them. He did not even. They did not even get inside the office. The Chinese Prime Minister said, "No, Christie, I want Inga, only Inga." And that was what happened, and that what has to happen as a senior advisor counsel. Right Honorable Hubert Alexander Ingram.
Yeah,
he has to play a part in this, and Dr. Menes. He said he's not going down with that ship. So you all have a blessed day.
Thank you very much. Thank you. 3260271, 3260271, 3260271, 3260272, 3260272, or you can WhatsApp or text us at 552-7902, 552-7902. That's to you, my good friend, and to all of you listening. Berenice just brought up a point. We know that before the negotiations, before anything could materialize with Bahama, it took former Prime Minister Hubert Alexander Ingram to get things rolling, to get things started. The Christie administration prior to 2007, was it? They were talking about getting about the Bahama deal and all that sort of stuff, but they couldn't get a piece of rock in the ground. They couldn't, and it took the former Prime Minister Hubert Alexander Ingram to get things actually moving.
100 feet off the ground.
Do we need former Prime Minister Hubert Alexander Ingram to conclude this deal? Should we enlist him as the chief negotiator to get this deal finished? Let me hear your thoughts. 326-0271, 326-0271, 326-0272, 326-0272. Or you can WhatsApp or text us at 552-7902, 552-7902. I read you the statement issued by the Progressive Liberal Party by Bradley Roberts. I got a comment from one text writer who says they listened to Bradley Roberts and
Fred Mitchell.
Michael Davel and Fred Mitchell and others, because they had the opportunity to they did nothing. They allowed in any instance to let Grand Bahama progressively got worse. And so they're not listening to anything what they have to say. They had their chance and they didn't do it. But the question we're asking today, should the current government place a moratorium on the sale of Bahama, or do you think that will jeopardize where we are today? I believe we have almost 2,000 Bahamians employed there, and to place it in jeopardy and put it into abeyance again and create more confusion. Should we focus our attention on getting that property properly open and to employ? Just last week, I believe, we had a number of schools that have graduated, graduated from high school and are in the join the employment list. We need to get our people to work, especially our young people. What about those persons? I want to put out to you today as a challenge. Those persons on the public service who have reached retirement age. Should the government focus more on, if they have reached the retirement age, should they be sent home to allow younger people to be employed? If they already reached retirement age, why are we still employing folk who have passed their time, who passed their retirement age? Open up some door for some employment of new people who need the employment, or should we continue the policies of the previous government, keeping people well beyond retirement age? And as a good friend of mine, my spiritual teacher, and to allow them to continue to block up the bowl. And they're sitting there and they ain't doing nothing, can't do nothing. This is Straight Talk. We're coming to you after we hear from our sponsors.
For fast and efficient appraisals of homes, vacant land, and businesses, your choice should be First Choice Appraisal and Real Estate Sales. Contact broker appraiser Gregory Colley for all your real estate sales and appraisals. Call 422-3010, 565-8896, or 341-0582 for listings of vacant land, residential and commercial properties, and all your appraisal needs.
LRD Construction has a proven track record as a general building and construction company. Its remarkable team is ready to provide quality and proficient service on projects big or small. LRD Construction can handle large commercial sites, new homes, apartments, condominiums, townhouse home improvements, renovations, additions, and alterations. Call LRD Construction at 327-3769 or 433-6166. West Winds, Love Beach. That's LRD Construction. The best tasting roasted peanuts in the whole wide world are Nature's Gifts Roasted Peanuts. Proprietor Derek Sims applies his personal touch by roasting peanuts to perfection. Get your peanuts in light, medium, and dark. Call 431-7710 to place your order. Nature's Gifts Roasted Peanuts on Market Street and Bacardi Road.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Sammy's Chicken, $5.99 special.
Sammy's Chicken does it again. For a limited time only, it's the $5.99 thigh snack special.
I tell you.
Sammy's $5.99 thigh snack special comes with a 12-ounce Coke, that included.
See, I don't lie.
For a limited time only, Sammy's Chicken, Robinson Road, Carmichael Road, East Street South, Farrington Road, and the newly reopened Prince Charles location. Sammy's Chicken.
Want to reach your target audience? Advertise here at Global Radio 99.5. We hit the mark every time. This is Straight Talk with Gregory Colley. Call in and participate at 326-0271 on Global Radio 99.5 FM.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Straight Talk, and the numbers to call. Our phone lines are open. 326-0271, 326-0271, 326-0272, 326-0272, or you can WhatsApp us at 552-7902, 552-7902. I've read you the statement released by the Progressive Liberal Party, issued by National Chairman Bradley Roberts, who is calling on the administration to come clean on the Bahama situation. And also in all of the dailies today, the headlines, Sakas Ismailian is calling for the government to place a moratorium on the negotiations and allow him to buy back the property. We're asking you today, ladies and gentlemen, whether you think it will be a good idea for the Bahamas government to place a hold on this sale, and in light of what the Attorney General Carl Bettel told the Tribune last Thursday, that there is nothing that calls for renegotiation. There is nothing particularly unusual in the documents. And of course, based on what Mr. Bettel has said, the PLP is using that as fodder to criticize and to call into question the allegations, the statements made leading up to the general election regarding the Bahama sale. This administration needs to come clean on what it said to the Bahamian people. As you know, in 2015, former Attorney General Alison Maynard Gibson revealed that her husband, Maxwell Gibson, owns the retail jewelry store chain that had been granted storefront lease in Bahama. So that has also contributed to the allegations that corruption, mishandling of the Bahama negotiations. It was compromised based on what was reported in the press concerning Bahama. Let's go to the phone lines. Welcome to Straight Talk. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my friends. How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Not too good, man. I don't like what I'm hearing. Carl Bettel, the Attorney General. Look like he give the PLP all kind of life, man. But him, the PLP, man.
When you say what's going on with him?
Okay, what I'm trying to say, right? Once he said what he said, right? Mm-hmm. Seems as though the PLP pick up all kind of life. They saying, ministers gotta come back to them and the Iglo and other ministers them lie and this, that, and the next thing. I don't know what's going on.
Well, the Free National Movement, the People's Government, as it's called, is treading a very, very thin line right now. In that the people's emotions have been, expectations have been raised regarding what has been said on the campaign trail. But in every instance, you hear people are calling. I just attended a service over the weekend where even the church is saying that in spite of all of the widespread alleged thieving that's been going on, nobody has gone to court. The Attorney General say he has not received anything to justify or to take any action. Well, you know, we have to be. I mean, when you raise the public's opinion, expectation, I think you have to be very, very careful how it's done, because very quickly you can lose stock. And based on what I've seen on the social media, people are impatient. They're expecting that some heads will roll, and they ain't listening to what Carl Bethel is saying. Very angry. They are not pleased with what Mr. Bethel has indicated. Mr. Bethel might be well within his reasoning to say what he say. What he's saying does not augurs well with political expectations.
I agree. I totally agree.
But caller, I sense that you are dejected, you are disappointed, and you might even be hurting.
Very much so.
Well, tell me, why are you hurting?
I'm hurting because on the campaign trail, a lot of things were said on the campaign trail. And so far, I'm disappointed because none of it coming forward. That's why I'm so hated.
Well, you have to give it some time. Happen tomorrow.
I understand all of that,
now,
but
you sound like you want some heads to roll or somebody to be punished. And once that happens, how would that make you feel?
No, not really. You know, I don't want no head to roll or punish.
What you want?
What I want is fair play. That's all I want. That's all I want. Nothing less, nothing different.
Okay. Well, did you understand what the bishop said to you earlier about the Attorney Bethel saying to us that based on all of the revelations that were made by ministers of the government and members of the parliament on the government side during the budget debate in the House of Assembly 2 weeks ago, there was nothing that was said that warrants any...
I heard all of that.
Okay, all right. Now, in order for something to happen, the forensic investigations that will be carried out by the Auditor General. You must give the Auditor General an opportunity to investigate departments and the allegations to determine whether or not there was this charge they call misfeasance, whether or not there is proof that minister abused his authority in using the people's money. That will take a while.
I understand.
So,
but tell me something
yes.
before I hang up. All these things was to happen.
Yes.
Seeing that the Attorney General is Carl Bethel, it will still have to go back to him to make the final approval and anything
well, they will have to bring the information to the government, to the Attorney General, and the office of the Attorney General will determine whether or not it is a police matter. And once it's made, then the police will have to investigate. You see?
Okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you for clarifying.
You're quite welcome, my friend. Have a good afternoon.
Should the government, I question you today, should the government place a moratorium on the sale regarding Bahama as being requested by Mr. Ismarillion, and should the government continue to go ahead as the Attorney General suggested, that since there is nothing untoward, nothing unusual in the agreement, continue to seal and get this deal behind us, because we have a lot of people who are unemployed and they need jobs. Should we continue to vacillate, pander to persons, or should we just move on and let this deal be concluded? Tell us what your opinion is. 326-0271, 326-0271, 326-0272. Do you agree, Ismarillion, or do you agree with Bradley Roberts? Let us know what you think. 326-0271, 326-0272, 326-0272, or your text number 552-7902, 552-7902. Martin, the BMD statement added that there is no question that Bahamas should be completely and fully open as soon as possible. I believe nobody could disagree or have any issue with that. But he says, the statement continues, but that Bahamas should be as originally conceived. Spark plug for the Bahamas. The Bahamian people should be convinced and be confident that the owner of Bahamas is there for the Bahamas, committed to creating jobs for all the Bahamians and enhancing the Bahamian way of life.
And that is what Mr. Sarkis Ismailian is saying, and that is what Prime Minister is saying. That is what most Bahamians are saying, and that is what most Bahamians would like to see take place at Bahamas. And Mr. Ismailian is also feeling that the based on the heads and the terms of the agreement, that Bahamas a burden on the people of the Bahamas if the sale goes through to Chow Tai Fook Enterprises with all of these attendant exemptions and concessions that they've been granted.
Let's go to the phone lines. Welcome to Straight Talk. Good afternoon, caller.
Yes, hi. Good afternoon. How y'all doing?
We're doing good. How about you?
Good. I'm pretty good. I want to ask you both of y'all a question because you all keep on saying that the government should take this hotel or stop the. Let me just say this.
We're asking the question.
Okay, that hotel is sold.
Is sold?
And hold on.
Are you sure?
Mr. Colley, if the government interfere with that hotel and try to do any stop the sale or slow down the sale of the hotel, you talk, it'll be a disaster. Okay, it'll be a disaster unless the government, the XM buying $2 billion. So you can't interfere something. You see, the government playing a part in that hotel is just a part because the government because the hotel here in the Bahamas and the sale is going on in the Bahamas. The government don't have much say in that hotel.
Well, caller, can I ask you for just a second to put your feet? Is Ismailian's moccasins?
Okay.
You got them on?
Yes.
How do they feel on your feet?
Martin, let me say this. That man, the first one, he made a lot of bad decisions. He's doing that hotel. Let me give you an example. I had a cousin who worked at that hotel. He had a good job and he leave. And when his job came to the end, and there he and I were in a conversation. And the money he was making, I asked him, I said, "You lose your job?" I said, "What were you getting paid for?" He's getting that big salary for. I just made allegiance in that hotel, a staff with a big payroll, and just that, changing the plans. I mean, we can't fall. And Mark, let me say this to you, Miss Colley. When he borrowed that money from the XM Bank of China, it's not that him and the government spent it together. He made all the decisions for the money. He made some decisions in that hotel that caused that hotel to end up the way it ended up. He had a big payroll. Okay, my thing is, about Dr. Menace, leave that alone. Try to get that hotel open. That hotel done gone through so many ups and downs. You can't believe it. That much money has spent on that hotel. Now hotel ain't open yet.
So you can take your feet out of Mr. Sarkis's moccasins now.
Yes, he lose that hotel. He lose that.
He lost his investment.
Yes.
And you think he should leave it at that?
Martin, there's nothing he can do about it. That unless he give the XM Bank, the government cannot help him if he believe that.
Well, the last time I heard him speak, he said he has the money and he has the best offer for Bahamas.
Well, then, Martin, he should not be talking to the government. Talk to the XM Bank of China. That's who he got to talk to. Dr. Menace could probably look at the negotiating, whatever going, but he can't stop nothing because, Martin, let me say this to you, Mr. Colley. If the government interferes at that hotel, have that hotel sitting there and they ain't got to do nothing with it. It's theirs. They own it.
It's on the people's land.
Right. which they are leasing that. That's the leased land that they are leasing. Okay?
It's too big for them to take out of the Bahamas.
Right. But if you continue interfering, Martin, the people get tired. Unless the government going to write a $2 billion check, then the people move on. But you got to pay the people back their money. You can't interfere. That hotel is over. This just to move on.
I need you to tell me how the people of the Bahamas could get controlling shares of Bahama in the shortest possible term.
Pay out the Exim Bank of China, Martin. That's all, Martin. If I come to you and Mr. Colley and I want to own shares in that radio station, okay, and it's going through problems, and I say, well, the government need to help me to keep global is very important. Government need to do something to government grant them license and broadcasting license. Help me. If the government can't help me, I got to sit down with you. You and Mr. Colley and say, would you all sell me some shares? Let me invest in you all to do something for global. He need to talk to the Exim Bank. I don't know what he promised, what Dr. Minnis promised him, if he promised him anything. Hotel, that deal, whatever deal Exim Bank wake up with that company owner now, Martin and Mr. Colley, that is final. That is finished. And Dr. Minnis, you know, fool, he ain't getting more with that.
I want you to keep being alive, and BTC will be offering
some shares.
Okay, and let me say something quick. The government should not sell shares. They should not sell shares to being people and that. Okay?
Why not? Why not?
Why not?
Mark, I'll tell you that tomorrow.
The people, they should be about creating wealth for people.
Martin and
I want to own a piece of Bahama.
Martin and I attended several shareholders meeting of private enterprises that payment people have holdings in, and they seem to be proud and very confident in what their investment is.
Ownership.
Why should payment people?
I have some shares. Well, I have port when Ingram opened the port. I have some shares in Commonwealth. I invested some shares.
So why shouldn't we have shares in BTC and Alliance?
That's our company.
Oh, Lord. Martin, sometimes you got to understand.
Well, we can talk about this.
Yes, we have to understand business.
Exhaust you today.
Yes, business to leave things alone, to let it grow. So we, leave that alone. I mean, come on. Got other things.
All right. Thank you very much. 326-0271. 326-0271. 326-0272. Or Texas at 552. 552-7902. Bishop, that's why I never wanted Dr. Minnis to appoint Carl Bettel as Attorney General, because he's from the old Ingram era and nothing will get done. I wanted Ellsworth Johnson as Attorney General because he's fresh and brand new, and the F&M really let me down. I think they lost support. We will see whether that is in fact so. Mr. Colley, Carl Bettel made a serious mistake. He couldn't come to these conclusions so quickly. He shouldn't come to these conclusions so quickly. He couldn't possibly investigate these matters so quickly. He'd ask that crybaby DNA why they didn't win a seat.
Boy.
Thank you very much. All right. We're gonna go deeper in the next. When we come back from the next break, we will go into another segment, but we want to continue to explore. We have one person's opinion on government not interfering with the sale to allow it to go through. And that's what we want to hear. We want to hear your opinion. We want to hear your feedback.
What do you think?
What you think? The government, the government ministers are listening to us, so they want to hear from you. So that they can
because there are some people
we're providing feedback.
There's some people out there who are saying that the heads of the terms of the agreement, government of the Bahamas and China Export-Import Bank was a conspiracy. Impair the economic interest and reputation of the original developer, Sarkis Ismailian, and he, on behalf of his company, BMD Holdings Limited, is saying they will not stop in their efforts to get around the table on Bahama. Because Mr. Ismailian, a long-time resident, and he's the largest foreign investor in the history of the Bahamas. He didn't like how he was treated, the administration, and he's gone to use some serious words to describe what took place, like state-sponsored discrimination, saying it's contrary to the laws and the Constitution of the Bahamas, and that it sets an awful precedent for foreign investment in the country. And he is considering taking legal action against the parties involved in constructing highly questionable agreements that the government has with China Export-Import Bank, or even with Chow Tai Fook, Perfect Luck, or whomever. You see? So people are looking at what went down as a conspiracy to get rid of Ismailian. You just heard the previous caller talking about Sarkis Ismailian being a bad owner, or a bad
made some terrible mistakes.
You see, paying out some big money and wasn't getting
nothing
value for money at Bahama. He sure was complaining about the bad construction work going on there.
We got to see if we can
couldn't get the hotel open.
Ismailian this week.
Yes,
on this show.
We need to find
We got to find Sarkis. Welcome to Straight Talk. Good afternoon, caller.
You all doing?
We're doing great. How are you?
Okay. Now I started off getting here and you all kind of late, but I feel as though that I'm not know if I call his name right.
Yes, carry on.
I feel he should given a chance. The government just gonna have to be firm, because during election time there are a lot of things that have been said, and the government was not aware of the problem that they have to deal with after they got in power. So there are a lot of changes. There are some changes going to have to do, and I feel if that gentleman have a chance to get that hotel, I feel more Bahamian will be more secure, will have a job, because his interest is for the Bahamas.
That Mr. Ismailian wasted a lot of money.
He might waste the money, but it is his money. But he's been saying a long time.
It may be his money, but look the detriment he's brought to that project.
Yeah. And that he had, during the negotiation, he was still saying he had the money. His money was there. But he had negotiated enough.
But Carl Bell, the Attorney General of the Commonwealth of Bahamas, said he's nothing wrong with that deal, and there's nothing worthwhile being renegotiated.
As a lawyer, I still feel Carl Bell talk too quick, too fast, long a bit. You understand?
You think he's too fast on his mouth?
Yeah, he was just too fast, without thinking. You see, and that is what the PLP grabbing and looking at. Well, he say this, and he say that, and he this, that. I feel he might regret. So he should think before he speak.
All right.
But give the man a chance. He have the Bahamas.
You think that Ismailian should be given to own that hotel again?
Yeah, and lots of Bahamian will have jobs. 1,200 Chinese or what have you. You know, I just feel that's how I feel. Government gonna have to think about working around it, and Carl Bell got to do some more thinking before he speaks next time.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my dear.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
0271 3260271 3260272 3260272 fax WhatsApp and text line 5527902 5527902. This text says, hi Mr. Colley and Mr. Aubrey, I think all of the pensioners should be sent home and Mr. Ingram should help close the deal for Bahama. Let's go to the phone lines. Welcome to Straight Talk. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Martin. How you doing?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Wish you old school mate. You might not recognize my voice, but listen, the last lady who just spoke to you, I totally agree with her. I think Sarkis should be given a second chance. I sincerely feel that Carl Bettel prematurely spoke. I don't know if he wants to refute what he said to the Bahamian people, except the fact that all of the facts has not in yet, and it is still sealed. Nothing is out in the public yet. And I think if he wants to voice his opinion on a matter, he should either give the information to the Prime Minister or the Permanent Secretary to voice his opinion on what the matter is. And I feel as though he spoke prematurely. The situation should be. What do you think about that?
All right.
Well, what do you think about this? Are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Lady D, I know who you are.
You know my voice.
Okay.
My first time calling you, too. I listen to you every day.
Thank you very much for calling. Do you think they should reopen the negotiations? Oh, no, the investigations. Casino license in Bahama.
Well, definitely. I think so. The concessions is a little bit too much, I think, and too high. It's too much concessions for one company, to have. And I also feel like I said, my main purpose of calling is I think that Saka should be given a second chance. And the Bahamian people are looking for Carl Bettel to refute what he said and apologize because he doesn't have all the facts to voice his opinion on that matter as yet, as based on what I understand.
Some people are saying Sarkis Ismailian was too extravagant, and that he was making all kinds of changes at Bahama and causing the cost to increase.
And so you're still asking me if I think it should be given a second chance?
No. I'm just telling you what people are saying that he did. And that he was the main reason behind Action America not being able to meet his deadlines for opening on 3 occasions, I believe it was. And that he was the main reason for the company being placed into liquidation.
Okay, well, you said some people are saying this. It sounds like hearsay. I understand that you might be having him come on your show, or possibly trying to get Mr. Sarkis to come on your show.
We're trying to reach him, yes.
And perhaps we can probably put that question to him. But the main topic of discussion right now amongst the masses of the people, right now, is what Carl Bettel said. When everybody knows what he said, they're all talking about it. We don't need to give the PLP fuel to the fire for them to say, well, listen, you guys picked Carl Bettel and you heard what he said. He doesn't find anything wrong with. So everyone is just hopping on that and using that as to say, well, the FNM government has lied. You want to take the campaign trail, which in fact that I personally think, not only me, I can tell you 85% of the masses of the people, even the PLPs who supported the FNM, is saying where I work, that we think that Carl Bettel spoke too soon, doesn't really have the facts yet because all the facts are not on the table. He himself said that, and we should refute what he said and apologize to the Bahamian people and say to us that, listen, when I get all the facts, then I will voice my opinion. For him to come out right now and say his opinion without even having all the facts right now at this particular time, I think it's a little bit premature, and he should refute what he said.
Well, Mr. Ismailian is saying that by Mr. Carl Bettel's statement, the Attorney General.
Well, not only him, 80% of the public.
Saying that no other documents relating to the former administration's Bahama dealings will be unsealed. And the heads of the terms document of many about the former government's secret dealings on Bahama, and the only document made public thus far. Thank you very much for calling. And hope you call.
But quickly, let me say before you go, there's only one document that's been resealed. There's many documents that needs to be resealed. Therefore, nobody can voice their opinion prematurely right now as to what they think the document should be. We should wait until all the documents are revealed, and then we can come on. If you have an opinion as someone as Carl Bettel, hello?
Yes.
You have to take, before you voice your opinion, I think you should go to the Prime Minister with this first and ask his opinion as to what we should do, or speak to the Permanent Secretary, or, you should not be the person to come to the Bahamian public and say what you think should happen as an AG, okay?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Call again. Take care.
Ladies and gentlemen, in case you're just joining us, we want to welcome you. This is Straight Talk with your host, Greg Colley and Matt Bunbury. And you're tuning into Global 99.5 FM. We're coming back after we hear from our sponsors.
Extra, read all about it. Sammy's Chicken $5.99 special.
Sammy's Chicken does it again. For a limited time only, it's the $5.99 Thigh Snack Special.
I tell you.
Sammy's $5.99 Thigh Snack Special comes with a 12-ounce Coke, VAT included.
See, I don't lie.
For a limited time only, Sammy's Chicken, Robinson Road, Carmichael Road, East Street South, Farrington Road, and the newly reopened Prince Charles location. Sammy's Chicken.
The best tasting roasted peanuts in the whole wide world are Nature's Gifts roasted peanuts. Proprietor Derek Sims applies his personal touch by roasting peanuts to perfection. Get your peanuts in light, medium, and dark. Call 431-7710 to place Nature's Gifts roasted peanuts on Market Street and Bacardi Road. LRD Construction has a proven track record as a general building and construction company. Its remarkable team is ready to provide quality and proficient service on projects big or small. LRD Construction can handle large commercial sites, new homes, apartments, condominiums, townhouses, home improvements, renovations, additions, and alterations. Call LRD Construction at 327-3769 or 433-6166. West Winds, Love Beach. That's LRD Construction.
For fast and efficient appraisals of homes, vacant land, and businesses, your choice should be First Choice Appraisal and Real Estate Sales. Contact broker appraiser Gregory Colley for all your real estate sales and appraisals. Call 422-3010, 565-8896, or 341-0582 for listings of vacant land, residential, and all your appraisal needs.
Want to reach your target audience? Advertise here at Global Radio 99.5. We hit the mark every time. This is Straight Talk with Gregory Colley. Call in and participate at 326-0271 on Global Radio 99.5 FM.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Greg Colley, along with Martin Albury. And this is Straight Talk. And we're talking about Bahamas. Should the government place a moratorium as being requested by Sakis Esmerillion on the sale to allow him to be able to repurchase that property? Would that jeopardize the current situation that we're in? And did Mr. Carl Bettel, the Attorney General, spoke too soon? People are not too pleased with his comments recently because their expectations have been raised to a high level, and they want some people to go to jail. They're not talking that. It appears that.
I did ask the caller if he wants the heads rule. He said no. You want no heads rule? Well, what do you want?
Either you wanted to rule or you wanted to stay on. You can't have it both ways.
You want the heads to rule?
Let's go to the phone lines. Welcome to Straight Talk. Good afternoon.
Hey, Rep.
Hey, what's happening?
Everything cool and good day. Man, how you doing to your producer?
Good day to you.
All right. Do it make a difference? Ready, talk, quick, slow, or hurry?
Well, it does. Prematurely.
Out of tune, out of step.
So you don't think a smart man like Carl Bettel who get all them LLBs and stuff?
My friend, what does that mean?
I know. I just trying to get the thesis like how you do me.
You're
trying to say smart people.
You know like how you do me, right? You see how you do me, Martin? You see how you do me? I can do you the same way.
You are my friend.
Yes, who's my boy too.
Okay.
But does it matter? Does it matter? Because Carl Bettel tell me it doesn't matter. Not where he said early, quick, fast, or whatever.
Well,
because he didn't read through and he didn't see what he have to see, and he ain't see no style.
Well, I can tell Mr. Bettel one thing. He has his view, and there's a barrage of views that I'm looking at coming at him today.
We have any law? We have any law for politicians going to jail?
If the politician
break the law.
Did you ever hear of a politician named Wilbert Moss?
Yeah, but did
he go to jail?
Did he break a law?
Yeah, but
did he go to jail?
Yeah, he go to jail.
So you got your answer. But what?
Go no jail now.
What?
He and I'm going to jail because he
so I answered your question.
Yeah, but he was in a different
What he attempted to bribe a magistrate.
Attempt to bribe nobody with the
No, they don't have that bribe. Did they break the law?
What sin did they commit?
What sin did they commit? To prove?
Yeah.
Then the law will deal with them.
Yeah. Look here. Tell me something. Rev. When with Sarkis, right?
Yes.
Sarkis is brilliant. I don't mind him getting that place back, right? But if I'm saying, man, look here, hey, listen, the BMA people really want Palma open where they can have some jobs. Because we little tired of, for the past 3-4 years now, PLP saying this, F&M saying that, and the people them need to work, man, and I agree with you all. Our persons in the civil servant who been in civil servant over 40 years.
Man, all those people who are past retirement age,
yeah, man, tell them go home, man. Tell them go, because I just said that the other day. Tell them go home, man, because guess what? All kind of young people coming to school in the past 4 or 5 years. You got people living in Jamaica, people living in Canada, people living in the United States. What's smart just like some of these people? Why some of these people can't come back home, get trained? He had Baltimore Belly who almost 90. Baltimore Belly, all kind of perks, all kind of things. You don't think somebody younger than Baltimore Bell could have been doing them George Martin?
Yes, sir.
Come on, man. Because a lot of young people in this country don't have jobs. Now, Martin, now I know the spiritual conversation just a little bit. Name up. Do what minister tell them to do.
What are you doing them to do?
He tell them go ahead and fix the people's house. That's why he been the last 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
And they ain't fixing nobody's house?
Well, what happened? They saying, money is there, but then the budget just passed. But people all screaming, Martin and Rev, that you go, Rev, let me give you an example. Rev say I come to your house, right? And let's say I start some work like Rev. Let's say I run out of material. They take 14 days to give you materials. They take all kind of weeks before they pay your money there. Some people are saying, money there. Some people tell you all kind of different
Who's
things.
in charge?
Well, hey, that's the big joke. Boy, Martin, you smart. You smart. Martin, do you know I had a chance to talk to the director of them, Miss Melanie Roach, the PLP woman. You know what the woman tell me?
Now, how you call the woman PLP? You saw her card?
Come on, man.
You see a card carrying? You can't call it that.
There's no PLP director of labor.
There's no PLP director of labor?
No, sir. She's director of labor.
No, she's not director.
What is her position?
She is director of it is labor.
That's okay. Works then.
Works.
Public works.
Public works. Ain't labor. Farquharson is director of labor.
Yeah.
Listen, I make a living.
There's no PLP director.
Listen to me.
Yeah, go ahead.
What year is it?
2017.
In 2002, being that woman in proper class, okay? That woman is a big Angela Bradley Roberts and a big time PLP. Don't tell Banner stuff. Listen to me. And I said on WhatsApp and I said to all the cabinet ministers, move that PLP woman because she causing problem in Nema. Move her. Dr. Minister, give them the okay to go fix the people in roof. And plenty people in Nema ain't get paid for 5 or 6 weeks. And the people that need their money, the people need to get paid for beaches, road, and authority. A lot of the PLP people, they big, they can't even open up their mouth.
Who's in charge of the authority now?
They moving that from there, and they putting that in Ministry of Environment. I think Ms. Melanie McKenzie to be in charge of that. Because Greg Bowes was in charge of it before Mr. Christie them got rolled out. He was in charge.
I got a call 2 weeks ago from somebody who had some jobs with the Beaches and Parks Authority.
Yeah, me too.
Who are telling me that they have not been paid for weeks and months.
That's right, man. That's
they
right,
told
man.
me that.
That's right, for weeks.
And they said the boroughs since May 10th. They say, Mr. Burrows, break off running.
Don't pay Dion Smith. Don't pay Senator Greg Burrows, who's Senator. Do not pay them for that last month and a half because they supposed to go to work and they supposed to make sure. Now, Rev, straighten this for me. Rev, how long should a chairman be there after this party going?
Well, chairman, it depends. It depends because I understand that the new government has asked some people, according to what I saw in the papers, asked some people to stay on until the end of June.
Yes, that's what it's supposed to be. And Dion Smith and Senator Greg Bowles, former Senator Greg Bowles, they had elections, they got beat, they too ashamed to go into office. I crack a joke when I called my Beaches Authority. I said, can I speak with Mr. Senator Greg? But they say, you don't wake him. I said, that's good. But look here, listen to me. Listen to me. Oh, I don't play Rev. Rev, he was one of them
but that's not good. That is the man who...
Listen to me. I take up my bed and walk with it. Every party come in power, I get 4 or 5 friends in the party. Always remember this now, a little different from some fellas who just want to stick around one person. Bannister don't do that. I'll talk with.
So who you always do that?
I know plenty of people who ever just know some people who do that.
Anybody close to you?
Yes, man. Wherever you get some fellas who live around by me, they only want to stick with one MP. I said, but you all better learn how to spread your wings out. Spread your wings out. You all see what Pop and Bannister's doing. If half of them in power, PLP in power, we can eat. Because we barking dogs and we deserve to eat when it's time to eat. Now, I know a lot of persons I believe they can get their contract back because of the mercy of ministers. What I think will happen, ministers can let them continue road, they park, and maybe the school, all depends on how Jeff Lloyd could do it. But a lot of these people there who get this contract, Webb and Martin, they mess on the PLP and call
listen to this. Here's what I am understanding.
Talk to me, Webb.
You will get the jobs in the area where you live.
But where you think I get my job?
And those other people.
Think I get my job?
No, I'm just saying.
No, I know that.
Those who have them outside of where they live.
Yes, I agree with you, by Martin. I agree with you. Where?
Yeah.
My job is my road.
Oh, you have your own road
by
where you live? Okay, that's yours.
Yes. Listen, my road where I live in is mine. I live in Nassau Village. I support in Nassau Village. When Wave Davis tried to send me out, Elizabeth said, I said, it ain't gonna happen. Local poor break fella like Bannister tell the Deputy Prime Minister, you ain't gonna send me down there. You're gonna send me on my road. So said, so done. You all have a good one.
Okay, take care. All right. I want to go into this next issue.
I think you should.
You think we should?
Should.
But
it have to.
It is
continue it another day.
We're gonna have to because this is so powerful. And anyway, let's go into it. There's a in today's issue of the Punch under the headlines of Nikki Kelly. Between the lines, it says the headline is "Government must make good on threats to prosecute or face public rage." And I want the government to really understand that the people are fed up of these accusations and nothing happening behind it. That this so let me just read this piece by Nikki Kelly. There has been much sound and fury emanating from the Free National Movement government since it took office. Signify anything? Minister after minister used the budget debate as a springboard from which to inundate the country with an endless cascade of charges against the former Christie administration for allegedly misusing public funds in their allocation of government contracts. Just a superficial calculation of the figures tossed around would indicate that at least 100 million went the way the wind, with nothing or very little to show for how the money was spent. Throughout this symphony of wrongdoing is that ministers were essentially left to their own devices to do their own thing. Bannister told the House they were, he said, an undisciplined group of free agents doing whatever they wanted to do. The situation became so bad, he added that his predecessor, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Works Philip Brave Davis has moved to warn Primary Christie by letter that members of Parliament were authorizing contracts to undertake capital and property maintenance works to be paid by his ministry without the Ministry of Works consideration and approval. Mr. Davis cautioned the Prime Minister of the possible consequences where there was no oversight and approval by the Ministry of Works of necessary studies, plans, and building permits. Those ministers of misfeasance for abusing their legal authority, Mr. Bannister said it was now up to the Attorney General to determine if they should be held liable for the millions in taxpayer dollars misspent in the award of questions. He made no mention, however, of the permanent secretaries and financial officers whose signatures were needed to validate those contractual agreements in order for payment to be made. Is there to be punishment for them? Questioned by the media, Attorney General Carl Bethel said his office had not yet received any documentation relative to the matters raised in the House. That anything that has been said by anyone in Parliament has gone to the extent of raising any criminal concerns, he added. Mr. Bethel's assessment of the situation has similar with Attorney Damian Gomez, who, as Minister of State for Legal Affairs in the Christie administration, was outspokenly critical of his own government and previous administrations for refusing to deal with the issue of corruption. Made a real attempt to prosecuting persons viewed as having abused their public office and profited from it. The public's perception is that we don't care, he told the media back in 2015. Describing himself as frustrated by Mr. Gomez said that not only was it affecting people's perception of the Bahamas, the disrespect shown the office of Prime Minister was reflective of a complete breakdown of public confidence in the honesty of people they have elected. Interviewed by the media following Mr. Bannister's threat of legal action against former ministers, Mr. Gomez said it would be difficult, if not impossible, to prove misfeasance in relation to their conduct, as it required proof of intentional misconduct. Actually show some dishonesty on the part of the person you are accusing. So I would be very surprised if any of the things that have been identified publicly reach the level of dishonest intent, which is required misfeasance. The minister's government's saber rattling was nothing more than a public relations tactic, he said. If you have evidence of a crime or a tort fraud, you proceed with it in Parliament before proceeding in the courts. The fact that they are doing what they are doing suggests they don't have any faith in the charge, Mr. Gomez asserted. The opposition has denied the allegations and instead accused the new administration of trying to distract public attention from the fact that they came to office without any plan for governance. If so, the government is playing a dangerous game by firing up public expectation that heads will roll. If people see that no one is punished, their anger and frustration may boil over with government members, the butt of their fury. Secondly, it's widely publicized claim that the former government wasted millions on what amounted to rip-off contracts is going to make investors and lenders extremely hesitant about doing business with the Bahamas. The administration would therefore be well advised to decide on 2 or 3 cases that appear to be ironclad and prosecute those individuals to the limits of the law. There is still the issue of the elephant in the room. Since it is former Prime Minister Perry Christie's own behavior that was the genesis of most of the PLP's problems. There is no escaping the fact that Christie administration was a free-for-all, in the process of which the entire system of governance was corrupted, making it easy for individuals at every level to engage in illegal activities. Unless Mr. Christie comatose for the last 5 years, he had to have known what was going on around him. Added to which there was the letter written to him by his deputy prime minister confirming the situation. Step in and put a stop to it. As prime minister, there is much he could have done. Live in the fantasy world he thought would insulate him against any attachment to the scandal of his name. There is no that Mr. Christie can detach himself from what went on during his last 5 years in office. He will forever carry the blame because as prime minister, he had the power to change things, but instead chose to do nothing.
Well, very interesting piece there. Kelly, between the lines, as you said in today's Punch. And I like the line, unless Mr. Christie was comatose, he had to have known what was going on around him by his government ministers, his cabinet ministers, during the past in office. And I spoke to you on Friday past, and I did say that we were going to zoom in on the performance of our former beginning today. But some other things came up with Sarkis, his Marillion, making a demand on the the Hubert Minnis administration as former developer. First, he's seeking a moratorium on the Chow Tai Fook Enterprises purchase of Bahama, and he's also asking for an investigation to be reopened into the issuing of the license at Bahama.
All right, we have a caller on the line. Let's take this call. Welcome to Straight Talk. Good afternoon, caller.
Hey, you see, Carly.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up? You see, man?
Good afternoon.
My phone may be a little bad, but
I heard a lot of static, yes.
Yeah, man. I disappointed in Carl better, man.
You disappointed in, why are you disappointed in Carl?
When he said on Friday, but you know, he ain't nothing no wrong doing something like that. That blew me like God, man. Friday when I was listening, I had to change my radio, man. You know, I started cussing and all that in the car and all.
You cuss?
You know?
you didn't say a big, you didn't say a 5 pound word though.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
What?
Yes, man. I had to say it, man. A lot of us was upset. Especially if you go on Facebook right now, a lot of people are upset on Friday and all.
Well, I saw I scanned social media, and I saw the numerous amount of comments. People are disappointed. They're not feeling Carl Bettel right now and what he is saying. But of course, Carl Bettel would have had sight of the documents. Although a lot of people are saying that he's speaking a little bit too soon, and he's giving the PLP some fodder so that they can bounce back. Before, they had very little to talk about, except one issue that they could talk about was that the government reneged on the VAT thing, but now he's giving them extra thing to talk about.
Yeah. But he better go on Facebook. I hope he knows what's going on. Do you think he knows by now?
Well, I suppose he does. If not, I'm sure someone would have brought it to his attention.
Because, you know, right now, I upset, but that's why for the first time I'm disappointed. I never want to disappoint this fella, man. He never be trusted. I want to ask for Johnson, is he?
Mm-hmm.
You know, he never to be trusted. Even if he's ordering him make money, nothing can change, man. Him and Ben Simmons can never be trusted to me. That's why I don't know why I've been bring them back. You know?
All right.
If they're after right now, they think that they're losing some support. If they have a rally today, they will not that rally right now. It's crowd no more.
You don't think so?
They don't have no people upset right now, man. They tell the guy, you on the rally, you're talking this and that. You come, man.
But you see, let me tell you something, caller. There are a lot of Bahamians who are intimately involved in what was said and was done. What they need to do is to, if they're serious about stamping out corruption themselves, they have information. For instance, I believe that a lot of persons who have been accused of misfeasance or corruption, they use cash. Somebody know that they were using cash. You need to go in and those persons who know of those transactions, they really want to make a difference. A justice of the peace, do an affidavit so that a formal complaint could be made to the police, and you will be able to nab these people. You can't go in here say when you're going on allegations. You must have concrete proof, have evidence that'll be able to stand up in court. Like I see people sending me a lot of stuff on Facebook about the building, that famous building that sits up on that high rise by the graveyard, alleging that it's owned by. I want to see document where the name is on that paper. Well, I want to see the name of the paper on the conveyance.
Yeah, you'll hear many things.
Who it belonged to.
We don't want to hear anything.
Yeah. Unless I say, that's why I would not even refer to them on the show, because unless I have documentary proof.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's a lot of things going on. A lot of fake news on WhatsApp and those social media. People passing around a lot of gossip.
Well, yeah, when they passing away, going like, I see that building every day. So
we can't miss it.
You can't miss it, Mama.
You're coming up with blocking out the western sun.
Yeah. Hey, Greg. You know the PLP give Carl Bell QC rate. That's why Carl Bell got the full.
No.
What you mean? They did, right? Give him a QC, right?
That's just as much as saying that the PLP gave me justice of peace. That's just as much as saying the PLP gave me justice of peace, so I got to sing for them. That's not true.
They didn't give him it?
No, I'm not saying they didn't give it to him. I didn't say he didn't get it under the administration. But to say what you the extent to which you were trying to put it, that's that's not true. No. No. But we ain't saying it on this show.
Straight talk. I mean, Carl got to do something. I want to Elsa Johnson, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Hey, look here, sit down. The PLB glad now, Brady. What was some singing?
Well. He has some fodder now that he can talk about. Previously he had no issue. So now he thinks he has an issue, and because of the fact of what Mr. Bethel may have said, he now feels comfortable that he can say that the FNM was lying. I saw one of the other attorneys who ran for the Progressive Liberal Party on social media also stating that what has been said recently in relation to Bahama and a number of other things has proven that the FNM lied on the PLP.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't. I mean, let me say it with you. You can't go on a rally saying these things, man. But I wouldn't go to a next rally right now again. You know, that's hard. That bugged me, man.
Thank you very much. All right, we have call time. Well, our time is gone, but let me read this last. This last one says it continues where we left off. It says, "Very disappointed in Mr. Carl Bethel. Speak prematurely on matters when all the facts are not in. Mr. Ismailian should be given another chance." All right, we take this far. That's it. Welcome to Straight Talk. Good afternoon. Welcome, caller. You got a lot to say. Welcome, caller.
How you doing?
I'm good. And yourself?
Tell my boy this, Elvis.
Yeah, Elvis, we know who you are.
I mean, come on, man. The FNM voicing promise, man. What happened? Y'all have to touch Jesus in order to believe? I mean, the Attorney General already said there's no evidence that he can convict anybody.
That ain't what he said. He said he has no one has submitted any case to him.
Okay, it's the same thing. There's nobody guilty. So what y'all want to touch the PLP in order to believe that that's the PLP? Come on, man, Rev. What else y'all want to do to the PLP? You have no facts. You have no evidence. Still trying to find something? Oh, come on, man.
Well, what we intend to do right now, the chips fall where they may, and we will continue this dialogue
tomorrow.
God willing.
Remember y'all skidding on thin ice.
God willing, tomorrow we will be investigating 5 years under the leadership of Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Perry Gladstone Christie, to determine whether or not Mr. Christie was comatose. Because he, if only he, had to have known what was going on around him during the past 5 years in office. And I want to say thank you very much.
And good afternoon.
Listening to Straight Talk this afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Have a good day.
All right. Let's wrap it up, Martin.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
You have a good afternoon.
Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for your text messages. Let me read this last one. Mr. Minnis should take all PLP contracts and give them to the FNM. They believe they own the Bahamas. If Minnis don't take care of FNMs, Mr. Minnis, you will be gone. According to this text right up. You better take care of FNMs. They're tired of empty promises, he said.
How do you take care of FNMs? How do you do that?
Thank you for your telephone calls, your text messages, and all your participation here today in our show. Today's show has been brought to you by Sammy's Chicken, 5 locations to choose from, by Doc's Pharmacy, located Robertson Road, by Nature's Gifts, Fresh Roasted Peanuts, located Market Street South, by Geneva Brass, located Eden Street off Farrington Road. Also, by First Choice Appraisals and Sales. On behalf of our producer and engineer, Nathan Martin Albury, This has been Straight Talk. Good afternoon. We'll see you tomorrow, God's willing.
Good afternoon.
Glow 5 FM.